Good morning. It is day 5 today. Day 5 in geometry. And today is Monday, December 15th. Anybody done with all of their Christmas shopping? I'm not. I barely started. Oh, I'm gonna have a lot to do at the end of this week.
I just basically play Monopoly.
Play Monopoly.
Got my family members' cards.
There you
and
go. That's a good way to do it. That's a good way to do it. So we are about to look at this Unit 1 review. And if you do not have a copy of this yet, again, they are up here at the front of the room on the wooden table. So starting out on questions 1 and 2, we're looking back at the segment addition postulate. If you have your notes all filled out from whenever we've taken notes just throughout the term, on the very first page of your notebook, this is where we learned about the segment addition postulate. So basically what that postulate says is that if point B is a middle point, it's in between point A and C, then I can say from A to B plus B to C is equal to A to C, the whole length. So we can use that to write equations, plug in values, and solve for x. Now this time it's not A, B, C, it's B, C, D. So I'm looking at B to C, C to D, and then altogether B to D. Now sometimes using the letters makes it feel more confusing than it needs to be. Let's look at our values. What are my two smaller segments? What's one of them?
5x minus 3.
5x minus 3. Good. That's one of them.
Plus sweet x.
3x. Good. Plus 3x minus 2. We add that. Equals
19.
19. Good. So let me just write that in. 5x minus 3 plus 3x minus 2. We get a plus here. And that equals the entire segment length, 19. Yes. Yes. So now what do? I have my equation written.
Combine like terms.
Combine like terms. Okay, so what like terms do I have?
5.
Good. 5x and 3x. Those go together. What happens when I combine?
Adds to 8x.
Good. That becomes 8x. Do I have other like terms?
3 and 2.
Yeah, I have a negative 3 and a negative 2 or minus 2.
Negative 5.
Yes, we combine those and we get negative 5.
Then 19 down.
Bring down that equals 19. Good. Okay, so now I've combined my like terms.
Then you add 5.
Yes, so let's add 5. Both sides.
If it's backwards, does it make a difference?
Did you have like 19 equals 8x minus 5?
Yeah, I don't know why my stuff keep coming up backwards.
All right, you can do it that way. That'll work just the same. So we have 8x equals
24.
24. Good.
Right.
5 by 8.
Equals x equals 3.
Good. X equals 3. Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay, so that's number 1. That's our segment addition postulate. Do we have any questions about that one? Or does it feel good?
Oh, can I just share this with the class?
Please.
I just became an empty nester yesterday,
Oh.
and I'm feeling some type of way.
You can adopt me. I'll go live with you.
So I'm in that big old house by myself now.
big old house by yourself. My parents just became empty
You
nesters.
can adopt me. I can adopt all of us.
And I've been having crying spells, so
Oh,
I'm just feeling some type of way right now.
well, Diane, we love you.
And that means I'm not gonna get to see my
Well, all right. All right. We had a good talk.
yes.
Okay, so we've got one more segment addition postulate. Back to focus mode. What equation could I write for this problem, for number 2?
2x plus 22 plus 30 equals x.
Good. We have 2x plus 22. We're going to add that to the 3. Plus 3. And that equals my total, x plus 17. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to draw a line through the equal sign. This one's a little different. What's different about this problem versus number 1?
2 separate problems.
2 separate problems. What do you mean by that?
X.
I'm reading your mind right now. You're talking about these x's, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
This one, we've got x's on both sides of the equal sign. So what do we have to do differently when that's the case?
Minus the 2x
We can't just add them together. We're going to have to either subtract 2x from both sides or subtract x from both sides. Which one should we do?
Just x.
Let's subtract x. That way we don't end up with a negative x. So we'll subtract x from both sides. Yes. And then what else can we do?
You add 22 plus 3.
Yeah, we have like terms also. So I'm doing 2 things kind of at once. Let me do 2x minus x. What's that leave us with? X by itself. And then we said 22 and 3 together give us
25.
25
Equals 17.
equals 17. Now we have a nice, pretty, less crazy looking problem.
Then you subtract
Yes.
5.
Perfect.
All right.
Now let's get rid of 25 on both sides.
X equals -8.
X equals, we got -8 minus 8.
Yes.
Good. There it is. Good job, guys. Hey. How do we feel about that segment addition postulate? You guys feel okay about that?
Yeah.
We've done a lot of practice on it. I feel like we did those pretty quick. Is there anything at all with these problems that we feel like needs to be discussed? Or are we ready for the next thing?
I say we do it.
Do it, move on. We ready?
They got quiet.
They got quiet. We're ready. Okay, let's go ahead and look at number 3.
We haven't learned that yet.
It says use a protractor and a ruler to draw each angle. So this is just helping us review, making sure we understand how to use a protractor. Remember, protractor is that little half circle. I guess you don't have to use a ruler. You could use the straight edge here, but I'll go ahead and get one out. So here's my protractor. Make sure at the top that your 90 is actually saying 90 and it's not facing backwards like this. This is backwards. It should be not 09.
It's 90.
90. Make sure it's not backwards.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Okay, so how can I use this to make a 20-degree angle?
Point in the hole.
Okay, I'm gonna put this point in the hole of the protractor. Okay, there it is. Okay, now if I have it here and my first kind of line is there, let's see, can I cover up those? There's 2 different 20s on this protractor. There's one here and there's one there. Which one am I going to use?
The one on the right.
The one on the right. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Because if this is
I
my
get it.
starting point, this is 0, basically. That means I'm not going to go up from 0 to 170, 160, 150. That wouldn't make sense. We're going to go 0, 10, 20. There's 20. So we could mark that, make sure that my point's in the right spot. I could mark it either right here, right under the 20, or I could follow that line all the way up through 160 and put a point right there. Either way, that's marking the right spot. We see that?
I do have a quick question.
Yeah.
Not to interrupt you, but
No, go ahead.
as far as the top part of measurement numbers, will we ever have to use that?
Yes, I'll show you. I'll show you how we would use that. First let's connect this and then I'll show you an example where you would use the other numbers. So all I do is connect from the first point, that's my vertex, through the guide points I just gave myself. And there we go. That's a 20-degree angle. So I want to answer, Charles had a question. Is there ever going to be a time that we're using the other set of numbers, the numbers on the outside? Usually we're using the numbers on the inside. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a guide for when to use which numbers. And I'm going to put a sticky note down for this. Basically, if I have an angle that is facing the right side, see how it's facing right, I'm going to always use the numbers that start on the inside because we have 0 and then we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40. Angles facing right, use inside numbers. So if I that, we're using the inside numbers. And do you guys know what I mean when I'm saying inside numbers? The ones that are inside versus outside?
Mhm.
Okay. If my angle is facing the other way, if it's facing left,
Oh, okay.
yeah, if it's facing left, then our flat line starts at 0 on the other side. And if you notice, if I looked at the inside numbers, we don't go 0, 170, 160. That wouldn't make sense. We go 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. That's when we use the outside numbers if it's facing left.
So you got us on 5, 6, 7, and 8.
5, 6, 7, and 8. Let me see what those are.
Because
now.
those ones are all opposite.
In the opposite way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, besides number 5.
I'll look. These we use the outside numbers. And so we could point like right outside. Yeah. So hopefully that helps a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So if it's facing right, we use the inside. Facing left, use the outside. And I don't know if any of you struggle to remember left versus right. I used to kind of struggle with that. There are a few different tricks to help you remember that. I know this trick I don't really like as much because I don't know why, it just never helped me, but maybe it will help you. If you put your hands like this, the left hand makes the proper L shape. So left is L, L for left. So this is my left side. I always remembered it because I am right-handed. I write with my right hand. Right is what I write with. That's how I remember right. So right is the hand I write with. And if you're left-handed, You could say right is the hand I don't write with. So, I don't know, little tricks and things can help you remember left versus right. Maybe none of you struggle with it. I used to, so I like to mention little things that help. So let's go ahead and go to the next page if we've got this. Are we ready for page 2? Okay. So now, number 4, we want to make a 145-degree angle. So again, let's put our protractor. The hole in the middle goes on the point. And if it helps, again, maybe draw the arrow at the end of your ray so that you can see which direction you're starting at. So am I going to use the inside numbers or the outside? Inside, good. So I am looking for 145 degrees. I'm going to go up on the inside numbers. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Will I go in between 140 and 150?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, good. I don't even have to ask the next part. Sometimes you forget, is it like right in between these or is it before 140 to get 145? You're going to go after. So this is kind of a guess, 145. If I wanted to, I could follow the line out to 140 and follow the line out 150. And there is a slightly longer line in the middle. That's our 5 point. So this would be 145 right here. You could also kind of guess and just give me something kind of in between those two, and that'd be fine as well. We'll move that away, and now we have some guiding points, and we'll just connect the dots. And there we go. We'll put an arc on there and just write 145 degrees. Okay. Now, for number 5, 6, 7, and 8 up next, we can use day 2 notes. If we go back in our notebook on day 2, the very first page, we at the bottom wrote out the different types of angles. So this may help us. So just as a reminder, an acute angle is one of the smaller looking angles. It's less than 90 degrees. A right angle is exactly 90 degrees, so it's that perfect square edge. Obtuse is open wide. It's a bigger angle, more than 90 degrees. And then your straight angle or your flat angle is exactly 180 degrees. It just looks like a line. So keeping that in mind. Number 5, what kind of angle is that? Straight. Good. So we would circle option C, straight angle for number 5.
182.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It is 180, so you'd be right. Number 6, obtuse. Good. It's not quite a straight line. There is an angle in there, but it's a big angle. That's obtuse. D. Number 7, obtuse again. Good. So C, obtuse for 7. And number 8 is kind of a tricky one.
Right.
If we could guess, I think it's supposed to be a right angle, but they didn't give us the box, which makes it confusing. Let's assume the box, we'll say it looks like 90. We'll call that a right angle, B. On a quiz, I won't do that to you. I will give you the box. You'll know. They're supposed to give you the box. So, there we go. Any questions about 5 through 8? Moving on. Let's look at number 9 and 10. I am gonna just flip to the very next page in my notebook. Page 2 of our day 2 notes is where we go over this. So in your notes, we drew a little picture that looked like that. And then we also made this sticky note guide where we drew circles on our parallel lines. And we have what?
Did you realize you gave us?
Oh, did I give you all the answer key?
Yeah.
Well, how you can check your work.
I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, I guess I gave you guys the answer key by accident. That's okay. That just means you can check your work. Make sure you got it right. So for number 9, I'm gonna pull out that sticky note and let's review what these colors kind of mean. Whenever I write this green equals green, pink equals pink, and then green plus pink equals 180, can anybody explain what does that mean?
If it's shaded in, it means that you're either gonna do the plus sign or the equal sign. So with the first one, it would be the plus sign because the angles are on different parts of it.
For number 9?
Yeah.
Okay, so if they were different colors, then they would be added together and set equal to 180. So let's do like our circle trick and color these in, make sure they're the same. Or see if they're different. Let me get a highlighter out. I think doing the colors is really helpful. And I'm just gonna circle my top 4 angles here. And then we'll also kind of circle the bottom 4. And I'll zoom in. And I'm just going to start from the top left, go over. So like here's one. And then there's another. And then I'll make this green. Oh. Oh no.
It's Monday.
That didn't work. Hang on. I need to throw that one away, I guess. What number was that again?
59.
Thank you.
I think I did it.
Okay, so that was, oh gosh, 59 is this one. Okay. So I'm gonna start coloring the same order, but with these last 4 on the bottom. So
It's not gonna equal 180.
oh, it's not.
That's the wrong thing.
Okay, let's see. So I started with orange. I'll start with orange again. And then I know next will be green, so I'll do the orange on the bottom there. And then that means these are greens. And I'll just highlight that again because I messed it up. So are they the same color or are they different?
Same.
They're the same. So whenever it's the same color, they're equal to each other, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what equation can I write?
59 equals 9.
Good. 59 equals 9 plus 10x. Perfect. Okay. So I have my equation.
Subtract 9 on both sides.
Awesome. Let's subtract 9 from both sides. That should leave us with 50 equals 10 times x.
10.
Yeah. Divide by that 10. And x equals 5. Good. Good. Perfect. All right, everybody got that one? Okay, let's look at number 10. Number 10. I'm going to do my circles again. I'm gonna use not those highlighters this time, no. I do that and that. And I'm gonna start coloring this one. I like to start with the left and then I do diagonal. I'll just do the same thing here, left, diagonal. Now I will color the rest. Okay. So I have my picture.
This one equals 180.
Ah, this one equals 180, doesn't it? They're different colors this time. 18x plus 8 is green. 16x plus 2 is orange. So they're not equal to each other. They're going to add up to 180. So what equation can I write?
18x plus 8
Mm-hmm.
plus 16x plus 2 equals
Good. 18x plus 8 plus 16x plus 2 equals 180. Draw my line on my equal sign.
Combine my pen.
Yes, combine like terms. I have x's.
34.
That's 34x.
Plus 10.
Plus 8 and 2 give us 10. We can
Goes
just,
180.
yeah, bring down that 180.
13.
Good, good. Now we've got minus 10 on both sides. Bring everything else down. So 34x equals 170.
Divide by 34.
Divide by 34.
X equals 5.
Yes. X equals 5. Good. Good job, guys. Okay, okay. We got that one?
Mhm.
Does anybody need more time to copy it down? Or are we ready? Okay. So that was number 9 and 10. That little guy to the side. Number 11, we're gonna go over here in a minute. We have not learned how to do that yet. Same with number 12. And then it looks like the rest are just bonus ones that you might see. So let's look at number 11 then. We are, for this part, going to actually pull out our notebooks and we're going to take a note on how we do this. So I would like for you to get your notebooks out. Books out. I'm going to take a few notes today. Let's see. And once we take some notes on this, what's going to happen for the rest of today is here in a minute, we will go to break, probably in about 15 minutes, maybe 20. And once we come back from break, we're going to practice doing this new thing, the midpoint, and the distance. We'll do some practice on that when we get back. So, in our notebook, I am going to go ahead and just title this as our day 5 notes. Today's day 5. Notes. Geometry. This is the very last thing for us to learn in Unit 1. And what we're going to title this is midpoint and distance. midpoint and distance. And when we are talking about midpoint and distance, we're going to be using coordinates. So just a quick review of what coordinates are. Let's write down the actual word coordinate. COORDINATE. Right, coordinates. I'll put an S at the end. Because we are going to kind of label two different coordinates. So first, I would recommend that if you are somebody that knows maybe you mix numbers up sometimes, I used to be that way. I'm gonna use the same colors for X and Y every single time. X will be red, Y will be blue. So we're gonna start with X1. And then we'll have Y1. So that's the coordinate. And then we're also going to have X2, Y2. X2, Y2. Some students in the past say that it helps them to make the Y's a little bit curvier, so it doesn't look too similar to X. So I'm going to do that. So, whenever we are doing midpoint or distance, we're always using two coordinates, 2 points that give us a line. So for number 11, we have -310 and then 7, -5. Those are going to give us our X and Y values here in a minute. But before we use that, I'm going to give you these formulas. So the first formula is the midpoint formula. So I'm just going to write midpoint formula. Here, we're going to use red first. And we're going to write X1 plus X2 divided by 2. Then a comma. And for the second little part of this formula, we have Y1 plus Y2 divided by 2. All you have to do to use this formula is figure out which number is X1 and X2, which number is Y1 and Y2. Plug it in, and you just add and divide. It's not too difficult once we figure out the process. And once you write the X1, X2, Y1, Y2, all of it in your formula, that whole thing gets put into a big set of parentheses because this is going to give us our X coordinate value and this is going to give us our Y value. Our midpoint is a coordinate, it's a point. So there is our first formula for midpoint. I'm gonna move that down just a little, and right under that, well, first I'm gonna kind of separate this. I wanna make sure I don't mix up the two. Midpoint, I'll put a big box around it. Next, I'll give you the distance formula for number 12. We'll do next.
Distance formula is like d equals the square root of x2 minus x1
Yes.
squared plus y.
How'd you know that?
School.
Yes, you're 1,000% right. That's crazy you remember that. Yes. So the distance formula is exactly what Jocelyn said. We are going to start with, you could write d equals if you want. I'm going to not write d equals just to save a little space so I can write it big. You totally can if you want. Same with this, you could write m equals for midpoint if you want.
That's what I did with
Yeah.
m equals.
Good, good. So I'm going to write a big square root symbol. Okay. So we have a great big check mark. And I'm going to go all the way up. And there are the way that you will normally hear this taught is exactly how Jocelyn said. Instead of x1 and x2, we do like x1 comes first and then x2. With the distance formula, it's often taught backwards, where it's x2 minus x1. You can do it that way. You can also do the x1 first. As long as you're consistent with your points, you will get the same answer. And I'll show you an example of what I mean by that. For the sake of not accidentally mixing it up, I'm going to do it the same way as I did the midpoint formula and keep x1 first. So I'm going to write x1 minus x2. Now, Jocelyn, if you already wrote x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, that will still work and you will still get the same exact answer as us.
You have to put that in parentheses, right?
Yes, in parentheses,
Square.
where, I'm writing a little too big, plus another set of parentheses.
y1 plus y2. All.
Yeah, then over here, same thing, y1 minus y2 squared.
In midpoint formula, where did the 2 come from?
The divided by 2?
Yeah.
So it's like we're finding the average x value, like we add both of the x's together and then divide it by 2. And so that gives us the in between when we divide it by 2.
That's like with the slope or whatever.
Yeah, it's a lot like what we're doing with slope. If I show you on a graph, it might make more sense where it comes from.
Yeah, I had to look that up because I was like, I know this, but at the same time, it's like, where the hell did they get
Right. So I'm gonna show. Let me grab a piece of graph paper here. Grab a graph. So let's do an example of this midpoint. And if you want, you guys can just watch this part because you don't have to write this down, but this might answer the question, where does the divided by 2 come from? Let me come up with some points here. That applied. Come up with this example. Okay, can I move this? Does anyone still need to see it? Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna show you an example of something, and you do not have to write this. I'm just kind of showing you. So I have a graph, and I have 2 points that are connected to make a line segment. First of all, let's identify our x and y values. So on the x-axis, where does this point line up?
-4.
Good, -4. So -4 is my x value. My y value is 3. And this point, my x value is 5. Good. So 5, and then -2 is my y. So if I pull these points over to the side here, I have -4, 3, and 5, -2. Let's label x1, x2, y1, y2. This is kind of how we would do it. We have our x1 and our x2, our y1 and our y2. And the midpoint is exactly what it sounds like. We're trying to find the point that's right in the middle of this line. You can tell it's not going to fall on a perfect number. So that's why we kind of have this formula. So if I use that formula, we're adding x1 plus x2. So what 2 numbers would I add together?
-4.
Yeah, -4 and 5. -4 plus 5.
Plus 1.
Yep, that equals 1. But then we're also dividing by 2. I give this 1/2. So when I add those numbers together, it's giving us kind of the average. Here's my 1. When I divide it by 2, it puts me exactly at, oh wait, hang on, this is x values. My bad. So here is my 1. When I divide it by 2, it brings it right here at about 1/2 on the x-axis. So I'm going to just mark that spot. For my y's, when I add them together,
3.
3 plus -2. Oh, this was a kind of bad example. We're going to get the same for this, aren't we?
This is 1.
Yeah, it's also 1, and then we divide by 2, we get 1/2. Okay, so there's the 1/2 here. So 1/2 on the y, 1/2 on the x, it ends up being right about here is our midpoint. This was not a great example to show why we divide it by 2. I may need to take some time to find a better one. I thought it might just show you real easy. It didn't. But that's a super fast example of how we could find it, and what it looks like on a graph is it's giving us the point that's right in between those 2 points that we were given. So before we go to break, which I would like to give you guys a break here in about a minute, let's run through number 11 on this work packet using the formulas we just wrote down. So I have my 2 coordinates, and I'm trying to find midpoint. So the very first thing you should always do with these problems, seriously, I would label your coordinates. Label. When you label, it will make your life easier. So how would I label these?
With the x1.
X1.
Yep, x1 is first. So -3.
And y2.
Yeah, and then 10 is y1. 7 is
X2.
x2. -5 is y2. Good. And you can start to see why using colors is a little helpful here. For me, it just helps me read it better. So the midpoint formula, again, is, let me make some big parentheses here. We are I like to do big parentheses, 2 lines. I know I'm gonna add my x's, add my y's, and I'm dividing both by 2. That's all
So
we
you turn
do.
that -5 into a positive?
You're gonna keep the numbers exactly how they're written, so that's still -5. Still -5.
So you write it down as -3 plus 10 over 2?
-3, not plus 10.
Oh, I'm sorry. Plus 7.
Yeah,
Okay, I got it.
good. So x1 is -3. 2 is 7. That's all we're doing. We're just plugging them in. So our x's are plugged in. Now let's plug our y's in. What goes first? 10.
-5.
Good. 10. And you could just write -5. You don't have to write plus -5. But I already wrote the plus, so, you know.
That's what I was wondering.
Oh, okay. I get you. So everything's plugged in. Now what?
Do the math.
Do the math. What is -3 plus 7? 4. So I'm going to cross that out. I'm going to write 4. Bring down over 2. Now what's 10 minus 5 or 10 plus? Yeah, 5. So I'm going to cross that out and write 5. Bring down over 2.
You divide 4 2.
Yeah, let's see. What's 4 divided by 2?
2.
2. So I'm done with that. Comma, what's 5 divided by 2?
2.5.
2.5. And guess what? That's it. You're done. That is the midpoint. That's not too bad, is it?
Pretty simple.
Pretty simple. It doesn't take too long. It looks really scary when you see the formula, but once you do it, it's not so bad. You're just plugging 4 numbers in, add, divide, the end. That's it. So there is an example of our midpoint. And whenever we come back from break, we will do number 12. And then we'll do a little more practice with both formulas. I'll also give you guys the opportunity, if anybody wants to practice constructions, I'm going to have some papers ready for you guys on that. We will also have lots of time to practice tomorrow. But it is 10:23, it'll probably be 24 by the time I finish talking. I want to let you guys have a break. You can leave the room, bathroom, drink, do whatever you need to do. You're welcome to stay in here, but we're going to take a 15-minute break. So that would mean we will get back at, what is that? Let's just say we'll start back up at 10:40. 10:40. Put that on a note.
I'm nauseous, so I'm gonna go get food, but I might be like a couple.
All right, we are back from our break, and you all should have this worksheet that I just passed out at each of your tables. If you don't have this, maybe I missed somebody, just let me know. I do have, I think, 2 extra copies up here. Before we go to that worksheet, let's finish out this packet. I just wanted to have that ready. So we just did number 11. We practiced our midpoint formula. We got that. So we're going to go to the next page. And now we have 2 points. And we're finding the distance. So from the very start, the first thing I'm always going to tell you to do is label your points. So we'll start with x1. And then what's -5 labeled as?
Y1.
Y1. Good. The next -5 is
X2.
x2. And then -6.
Y2.
Y2. Good. Good. Now I'm actually going to write out that formula on a sticky note. And this might be a good thing to do or that worksheet so you can move it around. But distance, we have E equal square root. But the difference in this formula versus the midpoint is with the midpoint formula, we're adding together. But with distance, we are subtracting the values inside parentheses. So don't forget that. We have x1 minus x2 squared. Minus. And then we have plus y1 minus y2 squared. Okay, so there's my formula now. While you guys finish copying that down, I'm just gonna also put the midpoint on the sticky note just so I have it for later.
So for the distance one, if they're negative, do you just put like 7 minus 5 or
So
put
like
it in a parenthesis?
you keep the minus that's part of the formula.
Yeah.
You also keep the minus that's part of the number. So it'd be like 7 minus negative 5. Which is gonna do something interesting. I'll show you that once we get to it. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Okay. So we are using the distance formula. So for number 12, I have everything labeled. And with this formula, we need to remember, we kind of just said that we're going to have negative numbers. That doesn't mean don't write your minus. Keep that minus. That's part of the formula. So what should I write first?
7 minus negative 5.
Yeah, I have x1 and x2. x1 minus x2, so 7 minus, and if it helps, maybe write your negative numbers in parentheses. 7 minus negative 5 is x2. And I'm looking at my formula. It looks like I should have that in parentheses squared. So that was my x1 minus x2. We also need something else, don't we? What's missing on the outside of this?
Square root.
Big square root.
One moment, please.
Sure.
I have 7 plus 5 square.
Yes, you're at the next step. That's right. 7 minus negative 5 is going to turn into 7 plus 5. You're right, Darlene. And it's weird. Numbers are weird because basically when you have a minus or a negative, it's telling you to do the opposite of what you think you should do. So if it was 7 plus negative 5, that would be like 7 minus 5. If it's 7 minus negative 5, it's really 7 plus 5. Oh, and the reason for that is because we've got 2 negatives right here. And that turns into a plus. It's going to turn into 7 plus 5. If you don't think you're going to remember that, you can also always just type it in your calculator as 7 minus negative 5, and it's going to do the same thing. It'll give you the answer that you could get from 7 plus 5, which is 12. So if you're worried about doing this, you don't have to. You can type 7 minus negative 5. You'll get the right answer. Okay? Either way. So I've got my my x's plugged in. What else do I need to plug in?
The Y's.
my y's. So the other part of my formula is plus y1 minus y2. What am I writing?
-5 minus -6.
Good. -5 minus -6. And what's on the outside of the subtraction in the formula?
2.
2. What's this 2?
Squared.
Squared. Squared. So now I have everything plugged in. That took a minute. We'll do a little more less all over the place next time. That's my bad. So I have 7 plus 5 squared plus whatever this is squared. So we need to remember the order of operations, which is up here on that little poster board. P for parentheses. First, in parentheses, I have this and that. What I just underlined. So we need to do that first. The 7 minus -5 and the -5 minus -6.
Would you not flip that one too?
You will. You will. Let's start with the x's. 7 minus -5, we said that's the same as 7 plus 5. And what is 7 plus 5?
12.
12. I'm going to bring down my parentheses and my square. Now let's look at my other set of parentheses. -5 minus -6. We could do the same thing where there's 2 negatives. That's really a -5 plus 6.
1.
And it's 1. Good. So I'll bring down 1. What else comes down?
The square root.
My squared.
I mean.
That's okay. I know what you meant. But we actually do still need to bring down that big square root. What else needs to come down here?
Plus sign.
My plus sign and
Divide. Or, yeah.
my big square root. Okay, so now I have 12 squared plus 1 squared under a square root. What should I do next?
Multiply.
What am I multiplying?
12.
12 times.
Squared.
Yes, we're going to do the exponent. 12 squared is the same thing as 12 times 12, which is
144.
good. 144. And what's 1 squared?
1.
It's just 1. It's 1. So 144 plus 1
145.
under the square root. That's, yep, square root of 145 now. And we're going to get our answer here at the last step. Now, it may have been a while since you've used a square root on a calculator, or maybe you've never done it. I'm going to show you how to do that.
Well,
Are we supposed to get
So,
decimal?
on your calculator, you might get a decimal, yes. On these distance and midpoints, you will most likely get decimals a lot of the time. You're going to use the blue button second,
Okay.
and down lower across from the 7, it says x squared. Push x squared. You see the square root symbol above it? It's really hard to see. But then you should have a square root with a parenthesis pop up on your screen. Put second and then mode, and it should take you out. Good. Real quick, if anybody's calculator is stuck on a page that looks like this, you just hit the second button, and above mode it says quit. You're going to push second mode, quit. It'll take you back to the home screen. So to get square root, again, we use the second button, x squared button. And now I have a square root. I'm just going to type 145 and hit enter. And that's my answer.
Whoa.
I know, big decimal. We're just going to put 2 decimal points. Let's do 12.04. Okay, so our answer is 12.04. And that's our distance. Okay.
But if we round it, it'll just be 12.
If you round it, yes, it would just be 12. I don't want you to just put 12 though, because the square root of 145 is not 12. It's 12.04. The square root of 144 is 12 exactly.
I was just looking because it says round your answer.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It says round your answer to the nearest 10th.
But you
yeah,
saying
I
it
guess
like
it would
that
be
so we
then.
don't confuse it from being an even number to where it shows we did our work to get the rounding part with our answer.
Say that one more time.
Like instead of writing 12, like you said, because that would be confusing it with 144 being a square root.
Yeah.
Putting it as that to show that we rounded our numbers.
Yeah.
Like with the decimal.
I would say when in doubt, keep more numbers just so that you can, show. I'll also sometimes see a student put like equals 12.0415. Like they'll do that and then they'll circle. They'll do that just to say like, I really did get this number, but this is technically what it would be if I'm following the directions round to the nearest 10th. I didn't write that. I think that was just part of the worksheet. I typically like you to keep 2 decimal places, just for more precision. But since it is 0.04 and if it said round to the nearest 10th, if you put 12, you technically wouldn't be wrong. You'd be right. But I won't be too picky about it. I'll be able to tell you got the right answer. I'll see that you wrote square root of 145. Just show your work, and that's, a good rule of thumb. Show your work. Okay, let's look at that worksheet I passed out and go through a couple more with the distance formula and the midpoint formula.
I need to make one of these markers so when it's like the push pins that you can use all
Yes.
the colors on one thing.
I know.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree so much.
We need to
So,
do that.
each of you should have this day 5 worksheet. If you don't, again, I have some more copies. Just let me know if you need it. And there's no directions on here. It just says distance and midpoint practice. Basically, that just means I've given you a bunch of coordinate pairs, and you can practice either formula with all of these coordinates. If doing both formulas for each problem is taking up too much space, that's fine. You can just do one. You can pick. I think we should practice the distance one a few more times, just because that one has a few more moving parts. And we'll just start with number 1 here. And I've got my sticky up there. So we're going to do distance for number 1. What's the first thing I should do with my points?
I each number for distance and midpoint together or
You get to choose. So you don't have to do both for all. You could do
plus distance or midpoint?
just up to you. Either one. Yes, either one. So I'm going to start with distance though for number 1. So I'm just going to write that as distance.
You'll label your X's and Y's.
Yes, thank you. Let's label our X's and Y's. So 3 will be 1. 2 will be Y1. Negative 14. X2. 13. Y2. The way that I normally teach this is to kind of start by writing out all of the not colorful parts. Meaning I'm going to write the square root. I'm gonna write the parentheses minus parentheses squared. Because this gives me something to plug into. This helps me out, so maybe it'll help you. And then I have plus parentheses minus parentheses square. I like to start with kind of a blank template to plug my numbers into. Okay, so,
Okay,
yes.
I got a question.
Uh-huh.
We still get the same answer if we use the different one or not?
What different one are you
The
using?
distance and the midpoint,
Distance and midpoint.
we get the same answer or different?
These will give us two different answers because the distance is giving us one single number. It's telling me how far are the points away from each other. What's the distance between them? The midpoint is telling me where is the middle in between these 2 points, and it'll give us two numbers, an X and a Y.
So you
Um,
still accept both answers?
So whenever we get to a quiz, I will tell you which one I want.
Okay.
So you'll know which formula to use. For these on this practice worksheet, basically I'm letting you guys decide. You can do either one to kind of help yourself practice, whichever one you need more practice with. So you could do both for each problem, or if we want, we could say like, page 1, we're gonna do distance. Page 2, we'll do midpoint, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. So what do I plug into here?
Your 3,
3.
then minus negative 14.
Good. Minus negative 14.
Then on the other side it's 2
2.
and 13.
13. Perfect. 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 Okay. So everything is plugged in. Now we want to do what's in the parentheses. So 3 minus negative 14. What is that really? It's really 3 plus 14. I'm going to change that. Plus 14. What's 3 plus 14? 17. So 17. Bring down squared. Down plus. And now I have 2 minus 13. What is that?
Negative 11.
Good. Negative 11. Bring that down. Bring down squared. And then I'll bring down my big square root. Okay, now, if you were just in Algebra 2, you might remember that we have to be very careful with negative numbers being squared.
I see, because I messed up.
Yes, if you were not just in Algebra 2, that's okay. I want to kind of point out something that can go wrong here. When you type in negative 11 squared on your calculator like this, if you're using that x squared button, when I push enter, it's gonna give me the wrong answer. Does anybody know why it's gonna do that wrong?
Because you said something about having to plug it in your calculator to where you're showing your parentheses
Yeah.
to let it know it's negative 11 times negative 11.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. So what's happening here is the calculator is following the order of operations. It's doing 11 squared, which is 121, and then it's putting the negative on at the end. That's not what we want it to do. We want it to not just do 11 squared, we want to do negative 11 squared, how we have written. So if you are wanting to get the correct answer, you either need to type it in with parentheses, which are right above 8 and 9, okay, and then hit x squared, and that's the right answer. Or we can type negative 11 times negative 11. That's the right answer, 121. Or we could just remember that no matter what, when you square a number, you always get a positive number. No matter what, if you square something, the answer is always positive. A negative will not work. So just be careful with those. Be careful with those. So I know that negative 11 squared is 121. I'll bring that down. What's 17 squared?
289.
289. Bring down plus. Bring down the big square root. Now what?
Square root of 410.
Square root of 410. So we're going to do that 289 plus 121. That's how we got 410. And we just find the square root of that.
205.
You got 205? Did you do 410 divided by 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't want to divide by 2. We want to take the square root. So, in case we forgot, blue second button,
Okay.
x squared. Now we have the square root symbol.
Okay.
Then we type 410, enter, and we get 20.2484567 I would say this is 20.25 if we were rounding up. 20.25. Okay.
How did you get that 289?
The 289, that was from 17 squared. So 17 times 17 should give you 289.
Oh, you
Yeah.
did it twice.
I just didn't type it in. Somebody gave it to me.
Okay.
Did you get that too?
No, I
When you
did.
typed it? Okay, good. So our distance is 20.25. Okay. Questions about the distance on number 1?
This just feels like algebra 2 to me.
I know this is the algebra 2 feeling part of this class. This is probably the worst it'll be.
Hey, at least I know algebra 2 because I was here before.
It helps. That
Yeah.
helps.
It's been easier for me than the other ones.
Okay. Let's see. So we just did a distance one. We just did 2 distance ones. Do we want to see any more midpoint or distance, or do you guys want some time to do some of these on your own? Try them out. And then I can get you guys an answer key so you can check your work.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that's what we'll do. What I'm going to do is on this worksheet, the way I am going to do this answer key, I think, is the whole first page. Let's make that distance. Distance for page 1. If you end up doing midpoint on page 1, that is fine. I can get you those answers as well. That way you can check your work. But if you're wanting some guidance on what to do, I'm going to tell you just maybe do distance for page 1 and then midpoint for page 2. I'll find answers for both regardless. And then I'm going to make an answer key. I'm going to set a timer for about 20 minutes here. And I want you guys to just do as many of these as you can. Whenever that timer goes off, I'm going to give you some answers. And I'll give you your exit ticket after that is all done. But I want to see that you guys are doing some practice first. And what we'll do, I'm going to pause this for a moment. Okay, so for number 1, if you found the distance, you should, we did that together. Never mind. We did number 1 together. If you decided to do the midpoint as well for number 1, you should have gotten negative 5.5 for x. 7.5 for y. For number 2, if you did distance, you would have gotten 23.77. Midpoint, 2.5 for x, 7 for y. As we go through, if there are ones you want to see, circle those or shout something out to me so I can make a note that we go over them together. Number 3, you should have gotten a distance of 14.32. If you decided to do midpoint as well, you would have gotten -3 for x, 5.5 for y. For number 4, if you did distance, 15.30. Midpoint, x is 3.5, y is -1.5. And you don't have to do both. This is just in case you did. Yes.
Oh, that's 5.66 on number 6.
On number 6,
Yeah,
5.66, did you get something different?
640.
640. Okay, we'll look at that one together. We'll look at that one next. Here are the answers for 5 and 6. 14.87 for number 5. If you did midpoint, -9.5 for x, -6 for y. For number 6, our distance 5.66. We'll go over this one as well. Midpoint, x is 3, y is -12. And then the last two. Number 7
And for 15, 39.
for 7 or 8.
No.
4. Number 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We'll look at number 4 as well.
It's good. It's good.
Oh, we're good on 4. Does anybody else, did anyone else get something different on 4 that we need to go over it? Okay. So we'll look at number 6. Any others here that we might want to see?
I just need to see any of them.
Any of them? Okay. Okay. You got it. On the back. Okay, so let's go to the back.
No.
No? What'd you say? Oh, up to the top? Sure. Here's number 1 through 4 again. Okay, the answers for the back page. Anybody decide to do those? And Sky, you said any of them. Is it distance or midpoint or both? It's distance. Okay, we'll do distance. Okay. Can I move to the back page?
I'm so confused.
Different for which number? Number 4. Okay, so we'll look at number 4 for sure. What are you confused about, Amber?
Number 6.
Number 6. Okay, so those two we will definitely work out. We'll definitely work those out. Yes.
Okay, it's fine.
You showed me 8.
Number 8. Okay, number 8 as well. Perfect. Do we want to see? Let me at least give the up to. Okay, let me at least give up to number 13. Do you guys want to see the back answers, or do we want to focus on these first?
Get the back answers.
Let me get the back real quick. Okay, for number 9, distance is, it's showing me radical 116, so let's see, radical 116 would be 10.77. And midpoint is 3, -7. Number 10, distance. Oh, same thing. Interesting. Same thing for distance, 10.77. Midpoint, 3, -4. 11, distance is about 20.02. Midpoint is -4. and 12.5. Well, distance is 17.49. Midpoint is, yes, 5.5, 3.5. Distance for 13 is 12.08. Midpoint, I got 0.5.
And 4.5.
Yes, and 4.5. Okay. 14, let's see. Distance is 25.08. Midpoint is -1 and 1.5. And then the last two real quick. Let's see. For 15. 12.37. Midpoint is -7.5 and 1. And then last but not least, distance for 16 is 8.06. And midpoint would be -1.58. Okay. So I've got a couple of them circled on the first page that we will do. Are there any on the second page?
10.
10? Okay, I'll go back up to those in just a second. Move back up, or do you still need to see this? Move back up, move back up. Okay, number 10 you said? 10?
Yes.
Okay. Any others?
Okay.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's go back to that first page. Can I move?
Number 4, I have
Go back? Here, that's okay. Do you still need this right here? That's okay, that's okay. All right, so number 4. Let's look at the distance first for number 4. I'm gonna pull out my notebook, just so we have some extra space to write. Number 4, we have 11, -3. -4, 0. And we're using the distance formula. So first, what is my x1? 11, good. And then my y1, -3. x2, -4. y2 is 0. Bless you. So for distance, let's start with a big square root. In parentheses, we need x1 minus x2 squared. We'll start with that. So what am I putting in my first two spots?
11.
11 and
Minus
negative 4. Okay, then it's plus y1 minus y2 squared. So what goes next?
-3.
Negative 3
Zero.
minus 0. Okay. So we have double negative here. 11 minus negative 4 is really 11 plus 4, which is 15 squared plus negative 3 minus 0. It's just negative 3 squared. Bring down my square root. Okay, now what's 15 squared?
225.
225 plus negative 3 squared?
9
9.
equals 234.
234 when we do 225 plus 9. And the square root of that
13.3.
is 15.297058854. We would round that to 30. If you wrote 15.29, that's fine. Those are both good. Now seeing it worked out, if you got this one wrong, do you see what happened? What went wrong?
What yours is different?
Hmm?
What yours is different than mine?
Well, I can't see yours. What's different on yours?
Like this. You're the paper.
This paper or this paper?
This one.
Okay. For number 4?
Not like this. On 6.
On 6. Okay. Do we need to see midpoint on number 4 or do we want to check number 6 now? Number 6? Okay, let's look at number 6. We'll do distance again. Number 6. I have 5. Write that down. 5. -14. And then my other point is 1, -10.
So you put the one number. I put 6.
That's okay.
Thank you.
That's okay. Run through this one more. And then I'll pass out that exit ticket to you guys. How do I do this? What should I do?
Do your D for your distance, square root,
Okay, big square root.
and then, the parentheses, the big ones,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's, 5 minus 1.
Yeah. X1 is 5 minus X2 is 1.
Squared,
Square, good.
and then subtract, add.
Add,
I messed
yeah.
up on that.
Plus
Negative 14.
-14.
Minus negative 10.
Good, minus -10 squared. Okay,
And then do the math as we said.
do the math. 5 minus 1.
Would you switch the symbol over here?
Yeah, we'll do that when we get to the Y's. Yes.
So
So
5 minus 1 is 4.
good.
The squared will make it 16.
It will. Perfect. That will be 16. Now we have -14 minus -10. Really, -14 plus 10, which is
-4.
-4 squared.
16.
Good. Both of these are 16.
Yes.
So you should have 16 plus 16.
Equals 32.
Yep. It's 32.
Equals 5.66.
Second square root of 32. Yep. That gives us 5.656. Which is, I just kept it as 5.66. Okay. Okay. Yes? Question or Just stretching. Okay. All right. Okay. Man, we did a lot today, guys. If we want to see any more, I can absolutely go through some more. Did seeing a couple more work out help? Did we see where maybe we went wrong on anything? Yeah, okay, good. So your exit ticket today. Remember this is not due until Friday, so if you are all wore out today, it's okay. You need to go. You've got the rest of the week to finish. I'm giving you 2 coordinates, find the midpoint and the distance. And I'm gonna pass this out to you guys. And that's it.